Today's video is a soothing yoga flow that you can do in the morning just after you've woken up. You can do it in your PJs, roll your mat out and just start to wake up the body a little bit. So we'll just be going through a sequence where we can stretch through the spine, stretch through some of our muscle groups, and also start to get the blood moving a little bit, get the oxygen flowing around our bodies so that we can start our day on a really good note. It should take about 20 minutes maximum. That is all that you need, so don't feel like you have to wake up super early or anything, just something that you can quickly fit into a day before going to work. So let's get started. Okay team, when you're ready, just come to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Just cross-legged will work. If you want to slip, I don't know, a cushion or a block underneath your sitting bones to give you a little bit of height, then go for it. And we'll just start to gently warm up through the spine. But first, let's just take a few minutes to just ground ourselves. So take your hands to whatever is comfortable for you, either on the knees, maybe you could even have them at heart center. And if it's okay with you, and if you feel comfortable to do so in your environment, just close down the eyes. And I don't want you to change your breath just yet. I just want you to start to feel, okay? Feel where your body is at today, maybe even where your breath is at. Is it easy for you to breathe in? Are you feeling your chest expand nice and openly? Or I don't know, maybe you've got a bit of a cold. I know winter is creeping in and perhaps breathing in isn't so easy for you. Whatever the case might be and however you're feeling in your physical body, just observe. Don't have any negative or positive opinions. Just notice. Start to wake up the mind in a neutral way. And then maybe that focus, that observation can just move onto how you're feeling mentally today. Maybe you've had a stressful week so far and you're feeling tired, or maybe everything's going really great. Whatever may be the case, just again notice. Take a few breaths to really hone in on that. Start to be aware of your emotions and your feelings. And it's okay to yawn, by the way. If you're yawning, it's all good because it's early in the morning. So just embrace those yawns, embrace your brain trying to get in more oxygen, and just yawn away, guys. Alright, so we're going to start now just waking up the spine. So open up your eyes, or if you want to, you can do this with your eyes closed and just listen to the sound of my voice guiding you through. And as this is a vinyasa flow, we are going to move with our breath. So see if you can do the movements in your own time. You don't have to flow with me. You don't have to do it at exactly the same pace as me. So start to bring your left hand next to your left hip. Inhale to reach the right arm all the way up and over, taking a side stretch, getting some lateral flexion into the spine. Inhale, reach a little taller, and then as you exhale, sweep that right hand all the way down. Inhale, take the left one over. Feel how good that feels in your body first thing in the morning, and let's take it back again. And I like to look up at the ceiling when I do these stretches because it just encourages me to keep my chest open, because you don't want to be folding down like this. You want to keep it nice and open. Okay guys, let's come back to center. We'll take some spinal rotations now, and I want you to make sure you're leading with your shoulders and the thoracic part of your spine, which is the middle to upper part of your back. So take your left hand behind your back, place it down on the ground, and then your right hand comes to the outside of that left knee. Inhale to lift up nice and tall. Exhale, just start to bring yourself round into this rotation, spinal rotation, just getting the spine moving, getting the blood flowing down in between your vertebrae. Okay, let's bring it back to center. Take it the other way. Right hand comes behind you this time. Left hand comes to the outside of that right knee. Inhale to lift yourself up nice and tall, create some space. And then on the exhale, you can just take yourself over into that spinal twist. All right, guys, coming back to center. We're going to take some seated cat-cows now. If you're used to your usual cat-cows on all fours, we'll just be doing them exactly the same, but seated. So hands just come to rest on the knees. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, chest comes forward. Maybe your gaze can look upwards. Exhale, tuck the stomach in, draw the chin down. Inhale, lifting yourself forward. So we're flexing and extending the spine. So when we're coming back into our cat, that's flexion. As you inhale, you extend through the spine, lift that chine, lift the chest, that's what I was going for. Lift the chest, nice up to the sky, okay guys? Exhale, draw it back through. You can forgive me, it's the morning, okay? Inhale forwards, perfect guys, okay. Start to walk yourself forward, coming into a tabletop position. So, bringing those hands underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Start to tuck your toes, really press into the hands and just bring yourself up into your down dog and just take your time here guys. Maybe you want to pedal out the feet, whatever you want to do here, just go for it. Make your spine and your body feel as comfortable in this down dog as you can. Start to work on drawing those elbows inwards and up so you get some space across the shoulders here. We'll be holding here for a few breaths. So let's take some breaths together. Inhale through the nose, side out through the mouth. And again, inhale. And exhale out. Final time. Inhale, breathe that life force in. And exhale, just let it all go. Perfect, guys. All right, let's rise up onto our tiptoes now. We're going to take baby steps up to meet our hands. Just taking your time here, there's no rush until you can come into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Take your feet where it's comfortable, maybe they're together, maybe they're hip width distance apart, and just allow your arms, your upper body to be super relaxed. Crown of the head, gazing down at the floor, so your gaze would be between the legs. If you want to take a gentle rock from side to side, then go for it. And then on your next inhale, we'll just roll up all the way to standing. No rush, just taking your time. And then as your head lifts, bring your shoulders up. Just take a big shoulder shrug here. All right, we're going to go through some sun A's now. We'll take 2 sun A's, and it's just really important to start your practice with them because they go through so many important movements and they allow you to stretch and strengthen the really big muscle groups in your body. And also it's just such a nice idea to start your day with being like, hey sun, thank you for being there. Maybe you can come out, although you probably won't, but we forgive you. All right guys, on your next inhale, bring your hands all the way up. Exhale to fold, bring yourself down, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, straighten that spine. Exhale, plant the hands, take yourself back to your high plank. Just taking a moment, check in with your high plank. Have you got a nice long line from the tailbone coming up to the crown of the head? If not, then switch it up. All right, let's drop those knees, untuck the toes, and just press yourself all the way down. Inhale to baby cobra, drawing the spine up, taking the chest to look forwards. Tuck those toes and just push yourself back to your down dog. Few breaths here, guys. If you want to use your Ujjayi breath, that constriction of the back of the throat, then go for it. Start to bring it in now if you haven't already done so. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then don't worry. Inhale, let's look towards the hands. Either walk or maybe step the right foot and the left foot coming back into your Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, bring yourself all the way up to standing. Take the hands down to rest at Anjali Mudra or heart center. Just take a moment here, maybe even close down the eyes. Decide if you want to set an intention for the short practice, or maybe even an intention for the day. On your next inhale, let's bring those hands all the way up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, take yourself back to your high plank. Either drop the knees or take yourself through full chaturanga, keeping those elbows in nice and close to the side of the body. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Draw those shoulder blades back, and then exhale, we come back to our down dog. On your next inhale, gaze follows to those hands, either step, walk, or maybe you're ready to lightly land up, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, and then inhale, take yourself all the way up. Hands come above the head, and then exhale to bring them down to heart center. Okay guys, let's just get some more flowiness going on. We'll be doing some different moves, starting to stretch into the posterior chain of the body and just some other places. So inhale, let's bring those hands up. Exhale, fold. Ardha Uttanasana. Plant the hands, take yourself back to your high plank, either coming down through knees down or come down through full chaturanga. So you're coming down halfway, and then inhale, lift yourself to up dog. Knees should be off the ground here. Exhale, push yourself back to your down dog. On your next inhale, start to lift up the right leg, keeping the hips square, so you're not cocking your hip open, okay? You're keeping the hips square, and then start to draw the knee into the chest, and then place the foot down in between the hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Keep that left hand planted. As you inhale, lift your right hand up, so you're opening up over that front knee, taking a chest opener. Exhale, fold that arm back down. And then inhale, lift both arms up, coming into your low crescent lunge. You can either stay quite straight up here, or if you're someone who loves to take a heart opener or a back bend, maybe just gently start to bring in a bit of a heart opener. But remember, this is probably first thing in the morning, so don't worry about going too crazy. Right, let's start to bring our hands back down, either side of that front foot. We're going to tuck under the back toes and start to come back into Ardha Hanumanasana or half split. So start to walk your hands back here, coming into your half split. So your toes are facing up towards the ceiling, your back is nice and straight, chest is pulling forward, and hands can be either on the ground or maybe on two blocks if that's more comfortable for you. And just work on starting to bring your spine forwards. Okay, so whilst we're here, see if you can bring your focus onto whichever part of the body you're most feeling this stretch right now. It could be behind the knee. For me, it's actually into my right glute for some reason. But just start to bring that awareness in. Using your mind, observing your body, checking in. One more breath here. Okay, start to bring that foot forwards. Plant those hands down, and we'll push straight back to a down dog. Let's go on the other side. Start to lift up the left leg this time. Start to bring that knee into the chest. Place it in between the hands, remembering that if your foot doesn't quite reach the top of the mat, by all means, grab a hold of it with that left hand and just give it a little bit of a push up, okay? Drop that back knee, untuck those toes. Right hand stays planted. Inhale, lift the left arm, opening the chest. Don't worry about how open you are here, just as long as you're getting that nice opening feeling. Exhale, let's fold that arm back down, and then use that inhale to lift yourself up into your low crescent lunge. Remember, you could take a back bend if you want, or you can stay nice and upright. It doesn't make you a better or a worse person. Okay guys, let's inhale to lengthen a tiny bit more. Exhale, float those hands down, place them on your mat, tuck under those back toes, and then start to walk yourself back, coming into your Ardha Hanumanasana. Remember, back is nice and long and straight, hands are down on the mat, toes are pointing upwards. And then maybe you can just start to walk yourself down a tiny bit further, but just make sure that you keep that spine nice and straight. One more breath. And then let's start to walk ourselves back. Come back to high plank this time. So lift up that back knee, step yourself back to your high plank, and take yourself down through your vinyasa. So knees down, all knees lifted. Bringing yourself down, inhaling to open the chest into cobra or up dog, and then exhale, coming back to your down dog. From here, we're going to move into boat pose, so you can either walk through to seated, or if you want to have a go at jumping through, then go for it. Maybe you want to bring in a little bit of energy, so bend into those knees, and then just push yourself through to seated. Maybe it's not very elegant, it doesn't matter at all, just having a little play. Alright guys, we'll just stay in boat pose for a few breaths. So nice tall spine, start to bring the shins up to be parallel with the mat. If you're feeling comfortable here, then you can start to release the hands. You also have the option of straightening up the legs here, but just take whichever one works for you. And we're just going to hold for a few breaths, making sure that you keep yourself nice and tall, either floating or pointing the toes. Keeping those feet engaged is going to help you here. Okay guys, one more breath. And then nice and slowly start to take those feet down onto the mat. And then from here, pulling the belly button in, hands coming forward, start to roll yourself all the way down onto the mat. And from here, we're going to move into bridge pose. So, heels start to come back towards you so that you can touch the back of them. They're hip width distance apart, your knees aren't falling out, they're not falling in. They're at the same width as your hips, arms alongside the body. First of all, tuck the tailbone under so that you couldn't fit anything underneath your back if you were to try and put anything under there. I don't know why you would do that, but that's the idea that we're going for here. On your next inhale, start to lift your hips up towards the ceiling, checking that the neck is nice and relaxed. You don't want to move the head from side to side here, so listen to what I'm saying, or watch first and then go back, okay? You can also maybe walk the shoulders under here, so you walk one shoulder under and then the other, maybe interlacing the fingers underneath the back. And I just want you to check in with the glutes here. If you're really squeezing into those glutes, see if you can relax them down a little bit so that it can be a mutual benefit between the thighs and the glutes. Okay guys, one more breath here. And then on your exhale, walk the shoulders under first if you took them under, or back up, whatever. Start to roll the spine all the way down. You know what I'm talking about. And then just rest here. We'll take that one more time. Either you can take bridge or you can take wheel. So it's a lovely little shot of yoga espresso. It wakes you up for the day. So touch the backs of your heels, bring the hands down above the shoulders, fingers are facing towards the bottom of the mat, and you're working to keep those elbows in. You don't want them flailing out, you want to keep them in. Pushing into the toes. Same way as we came into our bridge. And remember, if you don't want to take wheel, just take bridge as we did before. So you're tucking the tailbone under first, and then you're pushing into the hands, pushing into the feet, and you start to lift yourself up into your wheel, and you can take whatever variation of wheel works for you if you have one in your practice. Okay guys, and then when you're ready, you can start to bring yourself all the way down again, vertebra by vertebra, taking yourself down onto the mat, and then just come to hug the knees in, maybe rocking from side to side. Okay guys, and then we've just got one final posture left. So start to bring the right knee into the chest. Extend the right arm out away from you. Make sure that shoulder stays plugged down into the mat. Take your gaze over to the right, and with your left hand, start to bring the right knee across the body. So we're coming into a supine twist. And I just want you to check in with that right shoulder. If it starts to lift up, you've taken it too far, draw it back in a little bit and make sure it's placed down on that mat. Okay guys, start to bring yourself back to center, hug that knee in, and then let's draw the left knee in. This time left arm extends, gaze over that left hand, start to take that left knee across the body, enjoying this twist, maybe noticing if on one side it feels a little bit different, it may not, but it might do. And then come back to center, take both knees into the chest, give yourself a very well-deserved hug. And if you want to take a short shavasana, just a couple of minutes, start to bring yourself lying down, take the hands up towards the ceiling, feet can fall out to the side, but just make sure that you don't fall asleep. But hopefully you're awake enough now that you won't. Thank you so much for flowing with me today, guys. I definitely actually feel more awake now, so that's amazing, and I hope you do too. All the information about this video is going to be in the description box below, so just take a look. Please subscribe to my channel if you like what we just did, and then like the video as well. And just catch me on Instagram. I'll have these yoga videos coming out every Sunday morning, so make sure you tune in and subscribe. Otherwise, have a fantastic day. Bye, guys.